What's up, Mullen fans? You already know what time it is. Mullen is green today, and we have some news to talk about in today's video. We're going to go into the details. Be sure to support the channel, hit that like button, and subscribe so you get more content coming from me. We're also going to look at the chart and see what is going on in that aspect as well. So I ain't going to waste your time. Let's get right into it. Mullen stock alert. Mullen secures $110 million in funding. Mullen expects to operate business over the next 12 months upon receipt of the funding. Mullen will receive $90 million of capital by May 15 in exchange for Series D preferred stock and warrants. The company also entered into promissory notes worth $20 million. From the latest 8K filing, the securities purchase agreement dated on June 7, 2022, Mullen agreed to issue Series D preferred stock and warrants to Asusa Holdings, Aquitas Capital, Davis Rice Pty Limited, and Alt Lending. The warrants will equal 110% of the shares of Series D preferred stock purchased, while the Series D preferred stock can be converted into common stock. In exchange, Mullen will receive the remaining commitment amount of $90 million, which will be paid out in 2 equal tranches on April 17th and May 15th. On top of that, the electric vehicle company has agreed to not enact a reverse stock split during the 5 days prior to each day. And this is some things that I have covered in my previous video as well. Mullen entered into 3 promissory notes worth $20 million on April 3rd. The notes have an annual interest rate of 15% and will increase to 20% if the interest is not paid on time. And for those that may be wondering about promissory notes, a promissory note is simply a form of debt like a loan or an IOU that a company may issue to raise money. An investor typically agrees to loan money to a company in exchange for the company's promise that it will pay back the amount plus interest over a specific time period. Pay attention to this right here. It says the principal and interest for these notes will be due on April 17th, which is next week, just 2 weeks after the notes were entered into. Interestingly enough, the due date of the note is the same day in which Mullen will receive $45 million from its securities purchase agreement. This could imply that Mullen will use the proceeds from the securities purchase agreement to pay off the promissory notes. Will they pay back that loan with interest? They should. I know I would. Still, the $110 million in funding lines up with previous press release. In March, the company noted that it expected to receive $110 million in funding by June 1st. It also disclosed that it had cash, restricted cash, and cash equivalents of $87.4 million as of February 28th. With the cash balance and expected funding, Mullen believes that it will be able to operate its business plan over the next 12 months. With all that being said, the company has been salvaging for cash whichever way possible on top of dilution that has been happening. There's also been talks about David Michery shorting Mullen Automotive stock in the midst of dilution going on with a put option that was stated in the 8K filing. Be sure to go back and look at that, do your own due diligence. But how I look at it is if the company has been bound by these securities purchase agreements with these parasite investors, as I stated, I would like to see David Michery and the company give back to investors, buy back some shares, bring back investor confidence, because investors have been through a lot with the dilution, and then finding out there was a put option in the midst of dilution rub investors the wrong way. But with Mullen Automotive believing that it will be able to operate its business plans over the next 12 months with this cash raised, that could also be a positive. There's a momentum grab going on right now in the market for Mullen stock. With the bulls stepping in today, there's only about 50K available short shares, but there's not including naked shares. There's also showing a drop on the short shares when the shorts were borrowed in the tens of millions. Almost 70% of Mullen Automotive's total volume is not even hitting the lit exchange. 178 million shares traded at the time of this recording, and 119 million of that is going off exchange and rerouted. And you can tell by looking at the chart as well, there is a big jump in off exchange volume today as Mullen tries to curl up, and I believe that is why the stock did not push through 11 cents like it wanted to, but that doesn't mean it will not. Over on our 4-hour chart, just like we talked about in our previous videos, we have the color codes, the 10 cents being that danger zone, that's critical support level. Then we have 12 cents, cautious area, and then 14 cents around the area is where we want to be. And you can see the TTM squeeze is about to go green, but it looks like since they are trapping more volume off exchange, they're trying to get it to go back red for a continuation down. The RSI is up, but it's kind of starting to dip down just a little bit along with the price. Over on the daily, we talked about this RSI pushing out of the oversold zones just like it did back here in October of last year. Right now it's looking like it back tested the top and now it's trying to curl back up for continuation to the upside. And on the daily as well, you can see that the TTM squeeze is about to go green. Is 10 cents the turning point for Muln Automotive stock? There's a lot of good things for the company coming in the year of 2023 as well as 2024. And a couple weeks ago, I made a video about Muln Automotive having a floor price at 10 cents, correlating with some things from the 8K. And now we can see today that the stock has been holding strong above 10 cents level. Muln Automotive is clearly raising cash, and there should be some more delivery news to be announced in the very near future. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Hope y'all found this information valuable. Stay charged up out there. Don't feed the fear, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone.
Go. Blessed in abundance. Look who raised from the dungeon. Still come through in the clutch. I'm that dime in a dozen. Filling up clean to the function. Niggas mislead with a